It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.
I forced myself to have a lunch I really didn't want because
So now you have to redo your lunch.
Yeah, now I'm going to eat something that's actually satisfying because I want that. But I had to get ready and it was just like, yeah, there's not enough time for all of this. So I'm just forget just going about the day. No. I've been a Yardbird, not Firebird.
I tried it for the first time last night because I wanted to cook last night, but I was cleaning up because today I just wanted to go grocery shopping and cook and go for a walk. So yesterday I went to Firebirds because when I was taking somebody out that was coming to town, one of my coworkers suggested that I take him there, and I just didn't because I want to try the restaurant first. So last night I went and it was amazing. First of all, I didn't know it was like a steakhouse.
I don't care about nothing you talking about. You said somebody came into town and you took him. Who's him?
No. Somebody suggested that I take a him, but last night I went by myself.
She's trying to dance around it because we heard the exact same thing. He came in town. You didn't take him to Firebird. You took him somewhere else. Don't try to gloss over that somebody said. Yeah, don't gloss over. We don't give a fuck about Firebird. Who is him?
I didn't tell y'all how good Firebirds was.
It was good. Who's him?
Okay, great. It was awesome. Fantastic. Who's him that you took somewhere other than Firebird?
The same person for the past 3 years. Well, not no more, but them 3 years.
This was an old
suggestion. It was on a spreadsheet. I never made it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dang, you got us all hyped up for nothing.
Yeah, we think you telling a recent story, not you telling some old shit.
I'm trying to tell y'all about my food. I'm not about no man. Oh my God. God forbid I get a man. Y'all gonna like him more than y'all like me. I'm trying to tell y'all about my excursions and y'all like, who?
Because that was important information. Like, okay, you could have been like, yeah, I went to Firebird. You could have like missed that whole part of the story. We didn't need that.
Right.
You threw that in there, so now
I had to
sharp left turn.
I had to give y'all the scope.
Okay, so would you take a man to Firebird now that you've been?
Absolutely. Okay. For like cocktails, bar food, it was cute. You know, I don't think
it's bar food.
No.
I've never heard of such place. Oh, okay.
No, it's a steakhouse, but they have like the bar menu looked like it was decent. Like I would go there for something quick. I don't think I need to like the menu didn't have that much that I would try again. Like I had Cajun sirloin or something, and I was like, I don't have to have this again. But everything else was amazing. So hot sauce on steak is not my thing. Just give me beef.
That's good. Speaking of good restaurants, I went to like a speakeasy, which is also inside of like a small restaurant, but their drink menu is more robust than the actual food. Like they really only kind of serve small plates. So we go there to like have a drink. So we sat at the main bar because our table for like the speakeasy part wasn't ready yet. So we go and we have drinks there. Phenomenal. Like when I tell you these drinks were amazing. And I do this thing where I like to order Colin's drinks sometimes. Like I'll read the menu, I'm like, oh, don't look at the menu. I'm gonna order it for you. Like based on whatever I think he liked. But it was so good. Like when I tell you, when I read the description, it was kind of like it had like cardamom in it, and I was like, oh, is this gonna be like taste like fall, like a pumpkin spice ordeal? I was kind of on the fence, but when he poured it in that cup and I took like one sip, I was like, oh, I'm in heaven. It was so good. And then we went to the speakeasy part. So finished the first drink, went to the speakeasy part. So the cool thing about this particular speakeasy, because in Atlanta, there's a ton of them. But this one, they don't have a menu. There's no menu.
Just drinks?
Well, yeah, there's no food. There's just drinks.
Okay.
And there's no drink menu. So what happens is the bartender, like once they sit you down, they can't fit that many people in there. Maybe 20 people max in the whole place. So they basically kind of like interview you. Like our bartender, it was his like second day. So I feel like he would have like asked more questions, you know, the more comfortable he gets. But it was basically like, okay, you know, kind of start asking, okay, what do you drink? What do you not drink? Just kind of like asking you questions based on like, you know, flavor profiles that you like. And then they make you a drink. So I told him, like, I don't drink rum. It just doesn't do it for me. Actually, rum drinks kind of make my stomach hurt and give me a headache. I think it's from all the sugar. So I don't really particularly care for it. So I told him, I was like, I'm not opposed to anything. If you can make me a drink with rum and it tastes phenomenal, then baby, show me what you could do.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you, he gave me like it was like similar to a Hemingway daiquiri, but it had grapefruit in it. It was so delicious.
Ooh.
Like,
Was it syrupy?
no, not syrupy whatsoever.
Really?
When I tell you it went down, and it wasn't like a frozen daiquiri or anything. It went down so smooth. It was so good. And I was mad we kind of had somewhere else to go because I wanted another drink. I was going to really put him to the test. I'm like, all right, I like chartreuse. A lot of people don't really like it. A lot of bars don't have it. And your run-of-the-mill bartender might not know what to do with it. So I wanted to put his skills to the test. Like, y'all got chartreuse on the bar. Okay, make me something with that. And let me just see what you could come up with. But I did not have the time. I'm like, shit, I could chug a drink real fast. But yes, like, y'all have to come like, this is one of the things that I like. This is like an experience. Like, clearly you can go multiple times and not have the same thing. It was really good. Like, the area that I was in is in the Chattahoochee Food Works area. Like, it's a bunch of like food places, little like shops or whatever. So it would be great if we didn't go so late. We went at 8:45. But if you had like a dinner reservation or something afterwards, you could just go get a drink, you know, go there, or something you could do after you've had dinner, go get drinks somewhere else. Anything that you don't need food for, you can go there. But it was just so good. And I low-key think that it should still just be like a secret in Atlanta, because I have the best time when I go out. Like, as far as like restaurants and like stuff of that nature, I be having the best time in Atlanta. So when people are like, oh, Atlanta doesn't have good food, I be like, where do y'all be going? Let the grass wall and the lamb chops go.
That's the problem. They go
The
to
lamb
the
chops
places.
are the stop. Yeah, absolutely not. I like grass wall immediately. No, immediately no. I don't want to be there. Because it's just like, now it's just synonymous with a bad food and bad experience, bad service, bad food, terrible fucking drinks. Like, I've never gone anywhere with a grass wall. I'm like, yes, I have to keep revisiting this place. It's like, oh, please. Never again.
I hate to give this place that I'm about to mention any more of my time than I already gave them my money. But there's a place in Wilmington, and it's like called Bloom. So naturally, it put me in the mindset of Attico that we went in Philly for breakfast, for brunch. And it was like, this place is so pretty. Syrupy drinks. Why is my drink warm? It was in a cute little bird cup. So cute. But that is all it is. I would probably go and tell the bartenders like to make me a specific drink, and I would just go for drinks. I would not go for food because it wasn't good. But speakeasy wise, there's a place in Philly, and it's like a laundry. It's called something laundromat. It's not a laundromat. You got a buzz to get in. The guy comes out. He a little, I don't know. He's a little old Asian man because it's in Chinatown. He comes out and he tells you, don't bring your phone out. If you bring your phone out, I'm kicking you out of here. That's the only part I don't like, because the drinks are so fucking good. It's beautiful inside. It's very dark. So every table is lit. I should take somebody on a date there one day. It's one of them spots. Like, you'd be like, ooh, I'll take a sneaky link here because ain't nobody going to see us. Well, not y'all. Not me either, but okay. So back to the place. It has like 5 pages, and every page is dedicated to a spirit. I think we must have had a drink per spirit that night because it was phenomenal. Like, I never took, you could see the bartender like just taking his time making the drinks. I would go back there. I haven't, the other speakeasies that I heard about in Baltimore that I want to go to, I've heard mixed reviews about them. Like, there's one next to this taco shop. I can't remember the name. I can't remember if that's Joppa or not, but so many speakeasies to go to, and I would like you to take us to that one because
I can do that. I can do that. I can take you guys there. I had so many drinks yesterday. It don't even make no sense. Way
Is
too
it
many
Saturday
drinks.
if you don't drink?
This is true, but lots of drinks. It was a lot. But yeah, I just feel like there's so many good places to go, and I'm going to try them all, especially now that we found like a reliable babysitter that we like. Harper likes her. So I'm like, oh, now I can hit the streets. Now I can hit the streets. Okay? And all these different places that I be wanting to go, I don't always want to take her.
Mhm.
Right.
Sorry, not sorry. Don't always want to take her with me, especially when it's like late at night. It's just like after a certain time, it's time. Please send her to her room.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to try all the other things on my list. And as they come up on my little TikTok feed, I'm like, oh, this is incredible. So I can just try them all. Because that's how I found out about that particular one. I seen it
Mhm.
on TikTok, and I've only seen one video. You know how sometimes you'll see a video and then you'll start seeing a ton of other ones afterwards?
Mhm.
No,
Mhm.
I've only seen this particular place mentioned one time.
Is it new?
I don't know if it's necessarily new.
Mhm.
The Chattahoochee like Food Works thing, that's relatively new. I'd probably say no more than 4 years old.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 5 at the max. But
Mhm.
I don't know how long this particular place has been there.
Mhm.
So I didn't really ask. But had a phenomenal experience. We'll definitely return again.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
Love that.
Well,
See,
Sierra, you might as well give you your update because we already kind of just jumped the gun.
Yeah, I was about to say, did we even introduce the episode? Just
Oh,
started
shit.
talking.
No,
Bye.
I didn't. My bad. So
Bye.
sorry.
Oh,
I forgot. Anyway, welcome to Controversy and Chaos. This is episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to episode 10. Introduced. Now,
There we go.
got the formality out of the way.
Trying to think. I don't really have any real updates. Everything has just been like business stuff and this, that, and third. So things have been going pretty good. However, y'all know I have like 25 days until my 30th birthday. By the time you hear this, it'll be 23 days. Whatever, you get the point. And I said I was gonna wear my hair for 30 days. Just my natural hair. Woo. Why I say that? Because I got 2 new packages from Sensational, and I'm like, why are you going to send me this when my 30-day fast is happening? That's number one. Then I got another wig company. I'm like, why y'all doing this? It's like I can never make it 30 days with just wearing my hair. And also,
don't open the package.
just
I'm
save 'em.
nosy. I had to see it. Like, come on.
Put it away.
You know, it's your fault.
So, but then also with that, it's like I'm lazy. Like with my natural hair, if I don't do it the night before, the next day, I don't have the type of hair you could just wash and go. Like it just does not work like that. Like I tried today, and as you can see, it's in a bun. Like it's not I don't have that type of hair. So if I don't do like a 6 plait twist out the night before, I'm fucked. And that's just that. And sometimes I'm not trying to get out of the idea of having to complete all these tasks before I go to bed. I just want to go to bed. Like recently, I've been leaving the dishes unwashed. For me, that gives me anxiety. Like I cannot go to sleep with a dirty kitchen. But this week has been so busy. I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. I'll get those dishes in the morning. So to also factor in doing my hair the night before, it's like, this is why I wear wigs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so stressful. Like, what the hell?
Well,
But
what
yeah,
does
so-
the fasting for your hair do for you? Is it
I
just like
wanna-
a thing? Or
Yeah, it's just a thing. Like I'm trying to prove to myself that I can do it.
Oh,
Like-
so this is about like testing.
This is
your
discipline.
Yeah. This is not for any particular reason other than the fact
Okay.
of like, one, I always say that I'm going to wear my natural hair and I just don't. And two, also, I think this is what like sparked it too. So you guys know I'm in a lot of different professional rooms and white people and all these things, right? And I always be feeling like with my hair, if I don't have my bust down middle part, like I feel like when you have your hair a certain type of way, when you walk in the room, people automatically look at you as like that bitch, like she's a boss, she's this, that whole boss girl aesthetic. And I don't really feel like I fit the aesthetic, but I definitely have a look about me. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, before I turn 30, like I do want to have a signature look, but could my signature look potentially be my natural hair? And I don't think so. Not because I don't think I look cute with my natural hair. It's not that. It's just, it doesn't do anything for me. It's just like, okay, yeah, like, I mean,
I
it doesn't
talked about
really
your
give
bob
me.
being your signature.
Yeah, but that would require me to constantly get my hair done, and get my hair cut. And I don't really ever get my hair done that often. And even with that, it's the maintenance. Like, do I really feel like doing all that? There's only one girl so far that has treated my hair and cut my hair the way that I like it every single time. No complaints when I leave the chair. But now she's an hour away. And it's like, even to schedule an appointment back then, I would be able to go, like, let's say on a Tuesday morning and go get my hair done. I don't got time to be doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like just trying to think of like, okay, what better fits my lifestyle, the look I want to achieve, and my schedule. You get what I'm saying? So I'll be thinking, I'm like, okay, maybe I can do my natural hair sometimes. And it's like, no. Like, even for me, Teray, you've done my hair before. Even to put my hair in a bun or a ponytail, it's like, I don't know. My hair just does not lay down. Like, it does not work like that. Even with all the gel, it's just too much. And I don't got time. Like, it's just, I don't have the desire. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I guess it is layers to it, but that's where I'm at with it. I'm just over it. I feel like I low-key want to get my hair straightened and curled. I probably like that better because I just pin curl it at night, put a hair scarf on, and go about my day.
Right.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that.
Okay.
You want me to do it next week when I'll be up there?
Shit, yeah. Oh wait, no. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, actually, yes, you can. I am gonna do a photo shoot for my birthday on the 13th, but I could just wrap my hair up and then just put the wig on that I'm gonna wear and then just take it off. So that works.
I'll do it this week.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Boom.
Problem solved.
Just like a problem.
Yeah.
I'm driving to Maryland to go to Nadine's. I give up.
Go who?
Girl, Nadine's at Braden Shop. That's in Bowie. It's in Bowie or up in Marlboro?
I think it's in Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to go down Saturday morning because I don't have patience to drive.
Well, are we going to see you on Saturday then?
Yeah, if I go down there, yeah. If it works out that way, then I'll go there.
Then I'll see everybody. Oh, my God.
I didn't know you were coming up here. I thought that you weren't coming to the room.
Nah, I be, you know me, starting my world tour.
When you
no, I have to come on Wednesday. I'll be there Wednesday night. I think my flight don't get until like midnight or something like that. So yeah,
Dang.
And then I'll go home.
I go in the office on Friday. I could have got you from the airport, but that's
yeah, because I got to be there for Thursday.
Right.
So that was the only thing. And so I was like, I have to travel on Wednesday. Yeah, because the ceremony and stuff is Thursday morning at like 10 o'clock. So I was like, yeah, let me just get that. And like this work schedule that I have, like now working, 10 to 6, it's cool until like I have to do something. And like being new, you can't really like move around how you usually move around. So that's only that guy. Yeah, like let me not be that person. My old job, man, I'd be on the plane, but like, I'll talk to y'all niggas in 2 hours. Leave me alone. This is my break. But now I'm like, oh no, like they really be hounding me, asking me to do things at the most random times. So like now working 10 to 6 is like the flight time. Like usually when I come up, I tend to go after work. I either try to get the first flight out so that way I can get to Maryland before I have to start work. I could be like an hour late, whatever. That doesn't really matter. Or I have to end up going in the evening. And sometimes I don't like taking that last flight because it just be
anything can happen, really.
Anything can happen, and it's always the last flight. And I be like, dog, I don't want to be delayed 2 hours for a flight that's supposed to be at 10 o'clock. Everything's closed, so it's not like you could be like, oh, well, I'll just go sit in one of the restaurants and get stuff done. Yep. No, now you just sitting there looking at the board like everybody else, like, Is it time yet? Is it time? Like, no, I hate that. But it's just like, this is one of those times I just got to do what I got to do. So, yeah. But I'll know I will be in Maryland this weekend, and then I will be back 2 weeks later. And then I'll be back again the next month, and again the next month.
Wait. April for what?
We got to go to a baby shower.
And May
at the
for
end
what?
of April. My brother should be graduating.
Oh, yes,
so
yes.
graduation. And then, you know, it always be Harper's time. Harper gets out of school Memorial Day weekend, so we'll probably come up that weekend. And then, you know, I'm trying to plan like my anniversary trip, which is the very next week. So it's just like, okay, this is the best time once she gets out of school to take her up, especially because Memorial Day, everybody's off work. So
yeah,
it'll just make traveling easier that day. I don't know if I'm like, might be one of the times I'm like, F it, I'm going to just stay and like leave for my trip from there. I don't know. I got to work all that out, but
might make more sense.
Yeah. So I just need to figure that whole portion out. But that's more of just planning, which I'll do it. But I got I don't got that many months. Let me stop playing around.
90 days. No, you don't.
I have 90 days and I have to get it together.
Well,
I'm going to try.
We're in the same boat because I don't know if I told you guys, but we're going to Ghana in November for like that whole week of like Thanksgiving. So Matt's cousin's getting married, so we're going to Ghana. But before, I'm actually really excited because my parents are coming too. So that'll be fun. Yeah. But before that, we were saying for our third wedding anniversary, we were going to go on a vacation and we were going to go to London. But now that we're going to Ghana, we're not going to London. So it's like, okay, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? But we've been so focused on Ghana. I'm like, this morning, I was like, hey, yo, what are we going to do for our anniversary? Are we still doing the trip thing or what? And he's like, oh, dang, I forgot about that. So now we got to figure out where exactly we're going to go.
Yeah. Y'all got less time
Same
than
amount
I
of time
do.
as you, pretty much.
Yeah, week less. So you best figure that out. Start working on it. But I feel like there's a lot of like quick places that y'all can go because y'all have like the best weekend because there's already a holiday weekend built in. So it's just like it works for not having to take like a bunch of days off work. It's like, oh, perfect. Y'all can just hit a little Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Little trip right there.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You ain't catching last minute deals. There's always gonna be deals.
Yeah.
You're gonna be high as hell, gonna be deals.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but there's so many places that y'all could go. Like quick trips.
Yeah, but it's just like, where do we want to go? Like, you know,
y'all want to go to a beach?
You know, I don't really give a damn about the beach. Like, I want to go to the beach once out the whole trip. So, like, at first we were talking about, like, oh, maybe we should go to DR. But then I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, we should go back to Puerto Rico because when we went to Puerto Rico for our honeymoon, 2 weeks later, we went to St. Lucia. But when we were in Puerto Rico, it was COVID. Everything was shut down. So we didn't really have, like, the nightlife experience, I would say. During the day, it was lit. But by the time nighttime came, everything was shut down. And niggas was just in the street, just doing whatever. So I'm like...
Not just in the street.
It was. So I'm like, okay, maybe we'll do Puerto Rico again since it's our anniversary. This is where we went for our honeymoon. But I don't know. We really just have to decide. And y'all think I'm indecisive. Matthew Graham, every 5 seconds, well, we should do this. Because if we do, like, it's not an equation, bro. Like, please, my head is hurting. So two indecisive people trying to figure out what you're going to do. Sometimes I just give it to God.
And you got to put just like, get a couple different places, put it in a hat, and have Celine pick one. Whatever paper she pulled, that's where you're going.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Now she decides.
And then don't think about it again. It's just like, okay, this is the one. So pick a couple, pick 3.
That's a good idea.
So Puerto Rico could be one option. Put 2 other options in the hat and go from there.
Yeah.
Whichever you pick, plan a trip. Don't think twice. I'm like, maybe. Nope.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know me. Honestly, I'm just trying to get these fits off. I don't even give a damn. I'm focused on Ghana. I'm like, dang, I got to get 3 custom outfits made. Got to get Celine the same matching outfit. Like, that's what I'm worried about, truthfully.
Yes.
I'm excited.
So you need to figure that out.
Yeah. I'll get back to y'all next week.
But, so we've been doing the whole, for the Bev checks, and I've been diligently working on our cocktails. So I have cocktail number 2.
Okay.
This one, it's green,
Okay.
but it's a matcha margarita.
Oh, I mean, I like
And
matcha.
Yes, me too. Like, I love getting me like a green tea at Starbucks, and I'm like, yes, give me 2 scoops of matcha in there, please. It's good, and I like the matcha give me a little bit of energy when I don't have like coffee. Instead of drinking a coffee in like 5 o'clock, I could just have a lemonade and call it a day. So basically, that's what I did.
Okay,
So
matcha
it's
mommy.
cute. She's
Very
cute.
cute.
She's green. Yeah, so it's like matcha and pineapple.
It looks refreshing. I was gonna say
It is.
Yeah, but also looks healthy. Anything green looks healthy.
Anything green looks healthy. But yeah, so I wanted to like actually do that. I'm like, I've been liking matcha, so I'm like, okay. I don't always see like matcha in cocktails, so I wanted to definitely test it out. And I would say it's really, really, really good. I made him a couple maybe last weekend to kind of test it out with me and Colin. He really liked it, so I was like, okay, cool.
Okay.
That'd be perfect. Yeah.
I mean, I like matcha anyway, but
he be opinionated. So, but he really liked it. So, okay. So number 2, now we got our pineapple matcha margaritas. I was gonna make it spicy, but I know everybody doesn't like spicy margaritas. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but
it's not that I don't like a spicy marg. It's just people go too crazy with the spice, and I'd be like, "Yo, relax."
I like a jalapeno margarita.
But I do too. I like a kick, but I don't like a spice. You know what I'm saying? Like just a little.
I want tahini on the rim. I want the jalapenos up in it.
Tahini really takes it up, and I thought I wasn't gonna like tahini, but tahini is good. Like I get the tahini and mango craze.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is good. It's really good.
It is good. It is good.
The tahini sets it off. It sets it off every single time, even on a regular margarita. Like, yeah, just don't give me that salt. Tahini me, please.
But even with that, it's like if we're gonna do that, then I don't want the jalapeno, whatever.
I need the whole.
I can't.
Whole
because y'all know I'm a sweet bitch. You know what I'm saying? ain't nothing. I'm lying. There's something spicy about me, but my taste buds. I don't know. I like the sweet, savory type of vibe. That's why I'll dip my bacon in syrup. You know,
that's good though.
That's where you put everything in syrup.
You can have like a pineapple with tahini.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But when you add the jalapeno, it's just too much. It's too much. It's one or the other. Like I'm not doing both. But
but I don't see you. Yeah, rarely do I see you even eat spicy food.
I do eat spicy food.
I know, but it's not like I've seen you eat it. But it's not like Sierra's gonna order something spicy.
Oh no. It depends. The only type of spicy food I like is like ethnic spicy food, whether that's Caribbean, African, Indian. Like I like spicy.
Give me some hot wings and a lemon drop on a Friday.
You are such a North bitch. Like I don't even like buffalo wings. I don't like buffalo wings because the aftertaste. Like something about certain spicy foods, the aftertaste is weird.
What?
Like for example, like I'm not ordering a spicy McChicken or a spicy sandwich from Chick-fil-A. I'm not doing that. I would rather put hot sauce on my sandwich.
I love me a spicy chicken deluxe with a mango passion lemonade.
The aftertaste of the spice is just weird. Like, I don't know. I only like spicy ethnic food. I don't know. Like, I'll put hot sauce on my food, but I don't like it like built in, if that makes sense.
It depends on what ethnicity, because some of the food is not anything but spicy. I hope I don't get shot down for that.
Like what?
Why my neck looks so long?
So I really like African food, but I don't know if it was like suya I had from this one place, and it was spice on there. Like it was spicy, but like I couldn't get into the actual meat. Now suya is good. I've had suya from a number of places, but I had it from this one place, and I was just like, all this is spicy.
It was too hot.
Yeah.
Flavor. Like I want flavor.
Right. Especially if it's dry a little bit. The spice and just feels like dry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. It makes you feel like you eating a Popeye's biscuit. Like, damn, I need something to drink.
Y'all, I want some hot wings now. So Friday, and I get to drop Mia off a day early this weekend. I'm going to give me some hot wings, and I'm sitting at the bar, and I'm going to have a lemon drop. Oh, they don't sell wings.
Girl, not you reminiscing
My
about
favorite
the
spot,
wings.
they don't sell wings. They sell like mushrooms and shit. That's their small plates.
See, that's because you
Mushroom.
eat like a squirrel. Nobody told you to be doing all that shit. Go sit
It's
at the
an
bar
upscale
and get
spot.
you some
I don't want to go to the
Girl.
boo.
sports bar.
Tomato,
the
tomato,
sports bar.
tomato.
If
I
you
don't
don't
wanna
go
to
find
the
you a
sports bar.
biker bar somewhere and sit your
I
ass
can't
down.
find one with good food. Like they have, of course, we have like green turtle and stuff like that. But the
Ew,
wings are
I
not good at
do
green
not
turtle.
like green turtle.
You see my dilemma? I have not found a little dive bar or like a little spot where
Yeah,
they have good wings.
I can see that.
Hate that for me. Go to Baltimore.
Listen,
Whatever
it's
you
a commitment,
guys
but I
do.
might go.
Yeah, so that's our new drink. Let's see, I caught up with everybody. Oh, what y'all got to drink? Let me see.
oh well, what I had is
Did you just
backwash
swallow
now.
it? Thirsty?
Ew.
It's not really backwash, asshole. It's just the little bit of the juice
You,
left.
Oh, I thought
you
that was the
said
name
it.
of the drink.
Michelle. Okay.
But
But yeah, you know, just the normal.
screwdriver is the name of a drink. It could be anything.
True.
Not
But yeah,
backwash.
it was really nothing. It was just a little mango nectar juice and some Tito's and a little splash, a little Sprite. It wasn't none.
Sierra, you,
What?
She loves Tito's.
Yeah, we keep
Sierra, you
a
are so
huge.
simple. It's very
I
much
am.
keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, like if I like it, it's like that's why I don't try new drinks unless like Teray says like, okay, this is good, because I'd be damned if I go to a restaurant and I try a drink that's $13 and it's fucking ass, and then I have to send it back.
You sip it and you send it back. Yeah.
I'm like, waiter, excuse me.
Yeah,
If
but
I'm
then when
spending
you
my
do
13,
that, I'm not gonna want to order another drink because I'm just gonna think like, oh, these motherfuckers probably back there swishing they something in my drink. Like I'm not doing no.
Just
That's
sit
why
at the
I'm
bar
like
and
that
watch
when
them
it
make
comes
to
to
the
the
rivers
food.
and the lakes that I'm used to.
No,
okay,
go sit by the bar so you can watch them make your shit.
I
You
mean,
paying for it?
yeah, but not every restaurant you can go sit by the bar. That's why
Well,
in some
you take
instances,
one
if I'm
day
sitting at the
and
bar,
sit at the
I'll
bar.
be a little bit more, explorative. But if I'm sitting at a restaurant and I'm just ordering something, it's only about 4 drinks I'm about to order, and that's just really that's sad.
I want you to go to a bar one day and just try something new. That's your homework today.
I mean,
Try
I
something.
do. If I'm okay, let's say I'm at the bar and they have like a list of like signature cocktails and stuff like that. I'll read the description and see if it's anything that's up my alley. Most of the time, it's like 1 or 2 drinks that I like, and then I do that. But honestly, when do y'all ever see me going to the bar? When do I go to bars?
That's why I
I
said
don't
this
even
is
go
your
out to eat that
homework.
often. I mean, we be
I
going
feel
out
like
to
that's
eat,
not
but
true.
like it'd be
Oh,
like
okay.
family friendly stuff. We don't just go to like. It's typically for a reason. Like never just like, oh yeah, it's Saturday, let's go out to this new restaurant. We don't normally do that because who the hell wants to deal with Celine at a restaurant all the time?
Get used to it.
Every
This is
once in a
true.
while. No, I mean there are key restaurants that we take her to, but not no new shit. Like she can go to this place called Agave because we know what she likes there. There's a place called Distilled that we go to. Please, one weekend we went there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because it's something there for all of us. Like there's a couple restaurants that we do take her to, but the new places, I'm not exploring no new restaurants with her.
That's fair. Very fair.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. But speaking of kids, Ciara sent us this video on.
Oh, I was like, where's this going?
You said it was.
I was trying to find a segue somewhere up in there, and
Wait,
this
I didn't
just.
share my drink.
Oh, what
is that?
It's called a hum. Teray called it a hum. Probiotic kombucha with 0 sugar. I didn't even know it was 0 sugar, but that's cool too.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to unwiden my whiff.
You are such a stressful bitch. Like what the fuck? Unwiden my whiff.
Unwiden my whiff. Listen, you might have to come up with a new thing because this week, like I hate when like we start something or like you might refer to yourself. I'm speaking about when people be like, "Oh, we got to unbig our backs." I hate when the women do something and then the men want to be using it as a derogatory thing. It's like, shut up. Nobody, just stop using our stuff. Because Charlemagne, the God, Charlemagne, as Webby was saying.
I'm
Charlotte
like,
Clegane, the
I
god.
almost did one of these through the screen and choked his ass when I read that. I was like,
Because it was just like, first of all,
It was just
let's get into
unnecessary.
it.
it was unnecessary, and it was just unnecessary. Like, oh, that's big back behavior. I'm like, I just felt like his commentary was just like, don't take our shit and try to use it against us. Like, nobody means like, oh, big back behavior, or just like, oh, we gotta unbig our backs as like
First of all, I
a
hate
negative,
that. I hate
as
that
a
term.
like a negative thing. I think it's hilarious, but
And then to assume or to make it seem like, oh, only big bone.
not big bone.
It
I
is
hate
such
that. That
a
term,
big
I
bone.
hate.
Right? Yeah,
I
that is
hate
worse.
that. I've always hated, but it's just
But
like
to
you
say,
don't.
like only bigger women, like only big or not only, but that bigger women date out of desperation. Like that could not be like any further from the truth.
Right.
Yeah, and that's
in relationships.
yeah, that's really what I had like an issue with. It's just like, okay, just her size has nothing to do with the situation. And you and Jess, which I don't like Jess Hilarious. I don't like her, never liked her, never will.
Blasphemy.
I think she
Don't
has something
fucking
to
like
bring
her.
to the table for sure over Angela Yee. But
At
Maybe.
least she's
some of her
interesting to
comments
listen
be
to.
a
It
lot.
No.
gives way more personality.
I'd be
Yeah,
like,
she has
I
more
don't listen to the Breakfast Club at all because it's just like click, done with that.
Really?
Don't want to hear it. I don't want to
I
hear
love the Breakfast Club.
I don't want to hear the all three of y'all. I don't.
I do think that this is the happiest Charlemagne has been. I say somebody comment that, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've never seen him so like active in content and stuff like that.
Yeah. And even with DJ Envy, like the flow of it, like everybody actually has a part to play. It's definitely entertaining. Do I always agree with shit that they say? No, but it's definitely giving throwback Breakfast Club vibes.
Or, yeah.
Like when Charlemagne first was like just saying whatever the fuck you want to say on the radio. Now, do I agree with the whole big back thing? No, especially coming from him, somebody who's Mr. Mental Health Advocate. So It's like, no. But at the same time, in my mind, I still have room for bullshit and kikis. So was I like, Charlemagne, you ain't really had to go that far. Yeah. But at the same time, that shit was fucking funny. Like, I don't care. So
I didn't find it funny because I think that this whole time people have been attacking that woman for how she looks. Saying,
well, that's
that
different. I'm saying taken away from the fact of Risa Tisa in general. I'm saying in the fact
but it was
of like
in that context. So like, how could you take it away from that?
I mean, I don't know. I think about it like even when I listen to like certain podcasts and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, it's a joke that's like might have a little truth to it because that's what people in the comments are saying. But personally, I don't feel like that was a reason for what happened to her. But at the same time, let's not act like amongst our groups and with ourselves, we don't be making jokes about these bitches and shit like that. Like, let's be for real.
We be saying these bitches don't deserve love. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that was a targeted. Yes, we make jokes, but like that for something like that, I don't think would ever come out of the three of our faces. Like that, it sounds so asinine to make that
we're not
joke.
I'm not saying the term, oh, big bitches don't deserve love, but in the context of making a joke about some shit you probably shouldn't joke about, it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like for me, it'd be selective, sensitiveness and outrage. And it's like, these are people that are providing entertainment. Some people are going to be entertained and some people aren't. I feel like he himself, if the joke would have came from somebody else, I don't think people would have been as outraged or upset by it, as well as the fact of obviously Risa Tisa is a regular person just like us. She's not a celebrity. Well, now she's, a celebrity. But the joke in general, saying it's big back behavior, it's like, okay, one, are we mad that he's using our term? Because really, whose term are we talking about? Not women, gay men, who? Because we, quote unquote, steal all their shit too. So there's that. So are we mad at the terminology he used? Are we mad at the fact that he's saying, oh, because she's a woman of a certain age or of a certain physical stature, she's desperate? Well, she said she was desperate, but not for those reasons. So it's kind of like,
I wouldn't even use outrage. I would just say I feel like it was just tasteless. Like, I don't know.
I mean, we could agree with that, but most stuff that's in entertainment within the Black community is tasteless. So it's like, how can we laugh at one thing but not laugh at the other thing? If Risa Tisa was Jillian, where some people don't like Jillian because of her delivery, but because Risa Tisa is our sweetheart, I feel like that's where most of, if this was somebody else, people wouldn't have been as mad.
I don't know.
It's because we love her.
No, I probably will.
I don't think so. I think it was just in poor taste to have basically. You could have said anything. You could have said she was stupid for believing all the lies. Okay,
Right.
cool. That would have been fine. But to bring up her physical appearance, because like, oh, she's doing this and she believed this because just solely based on the fact of her size, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but he didn't say that.
He said
he never said.
He said that's big back behavior. What do he mean?
She was a big. He asked. Well, first of all, he never. One, he didn't listen to the story. He asked, "Is she a big back?" Trying to be funny. It turns out, well, guess what? She was. So now what? What you gonna say? Oh, and just take the joke away? No, he doubled down on the fucking joke. Like, I mean, I don't agree with it.
It was in poor taste. It was in poor taste. Jess's response to his question was in poor taste.
Calling her Sheila, like
it's just like because that's crazy. It's just like one, you realize Sheila is that's a character, but that's an actual person. Like Jill Scott didn't have on a fat suit when she did that role. So now you double down even more and still brought another person into it. Like, actually, this is big back behavior because this is our example. And it's just like, why we had to do that? You could have
get it. I understand.
Don't
get me wrong. I understand what y'all are saying. I'm just saying that I wasn't like as outraged because in my mind,
wouldn't say even outrage is the word. I'm just like, ugh, I don't like it. And it's just like, I still, and even the more that I'm like, this whole thing, I don't really listen to The Breakfast Club anyway. I don't like Jess Hilarious. I don't think she's funny at all. To me, I rank her about just as funny as Tiffany Haddish. I don't like either one of them. So I don't listen to it because I'm just like, girl, I'm not entertained.
I can get that. I can understand that.
I don't like it. So it's just like, I just don't like the mix. I mean, I never was like an active listener of The Breakfast Club. If there was an artist that they interviewed that I liked, I would watch it for the artist, not for them. And that's just me.
See, I literally listen from the beginning of Inception, like the whole episode, whether they have an artist or not. But I don't know if that's just because I don't know. It's kind of like just like Star and Buck Wild or Wendy Williams. I just grew up listening to radio in that format. So even now that they're in like interview forms where it's on YouTube and all that stuff, I still listen to it sometimes just like podcast style, like the full show.
I can never get into them. I could never get into
I can say like that. In general, seeing how they all mesh together, like personally, I'm not a fan of Angela Yee outside of lip service. Like herself, she's actually not that nice of a person, but we don't need to go into that in my experience. But whatever. I feel like on lip service, I love her personality and what she brings to it, the messiness and all that stuff. But her on The Breakfast Club, I just never really liked the three of them together that much. I more so watched it for the guys instead of her. And then seeing Jess in that spot, I feel like it meshes all well together because it gives like, oh, y'all actually fuck with each other. Angela Yee never gave really that she fucked with them like that. Like maybe her and Envy were cool at one point, but you could even kind of see the shift with them as the show was going on. Her and Charlamagne, they never really connected in my brain. So I don't know. I like Jess on the show. Jess is one of those people, but even with a lot of comedians nowadays that especially started on social media, when I listen to them and watch them, I don't just like start dying laughing. Like when I see Drewski, I don't laugh at him. Like it's funny, but I'm not laughing out loud. I don't. I don't dislike him, but I don't laugh out loud. Or even like, let's see.
We got different kind of humor.
Yeah, it's like even like a Desi Banks. Like it's all funny. I think it's funny, but it's not. I'm not scrolling on my phone like ha 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 ha. Like no, it's just like oh that's funny. Scroll. Like it doesn't make me die laughing. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I watch Jess and I start belly laughing. No, but I think that like the stuff that she chooses to talk about and and how she talks about it is entertainment to me. But I can't name one new age comedian that I literally will sit there and die laughing at outside of like 85 South. like DC Young Fly, Carlos, and Chico. Like other than them, as far as young niggas, there is nobody I could sit here and say that like, oh yeah, I'll be cracking up. No, it's funny, and then I just scroll on by. Like that's really it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think sometimes, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like for me, sometimes some conversations just turn so like, not even using like Charlemagne, because yes, I do agree it was in poor taste, but I think I'm just so desensitized to certain things because, especially with our generation, things are turned into like this whole other thing, and now we have all these fucking think pieces that I have to listen to all the time because I'm nosy, and it's like y'all motherfuckers really don't even care about this. It's just something for you to make a TikTok about because content is king, and then you move on to the next topic. Y'all really don't care about this. Not y'all, but I'm saying.
So, well, no, I fall into that too. I probably do. Y'all probably would think that too if I wasn't like so close in proximity to y'all as far as like a relationship. But I don't feel that way. I feel like it's important for people to know how to comprehend ideas and to think critically. And that's why I don't get upset when people, I guess, like deep dive into stuff, because critical thinking is a lost art in our generation. So whenever people consider like, you know, this side or that side of something and they do a think piece, I'm like, okay, like some things I read and I'm like, I didn't think about it that way. Maybe I should. Like, I don't look at things like, why are we thinking that deep about it? Because sometimes it's good to look at all different perspectives of something. Like, for example, the way people were talking about the whole Diddy and Meek Mill thing, because he was spiraling on the internet the other day. They were talking about like how they were talking about it and like amplifying it because gay, right? Like if you're homophobic, certain things are funny to you. I did not think that they were funny because I'm like, everybody's missing the point. If this did happen, y'all are saying that Diddy is sexually deviant, and I want to know what makes him a sexual deviant and not a predator. Like, why are we losing this? And why are we losing the main like idea in the plot of all of this? And I feel like people were too focused on, oh, Meek is gay, and not, oh, Diddy is really a fucking predator. Like, you have lists and pages of people talking about the ways that you've abused them mentally and physically, and that you've broken them down, or that you have gotten them jammed up in something, and still people are just laughing at it because it's gay. They're not looking at the fact that you're a fucking menace. Like, you're ridiculous. And I think that stuff like that deserves to be like looked into. Like, yeah, we do need to like critically think. We do need to maybe not write think pieces, but we need to like think more into why we look at situations like that, and it's so easy for us to laugh or turn a cheek about. So
I can answer that for you right now. It's literally what I just said. On social media, you consume so much information from every which where that certain things some people are desensitized to. However, with the Diddy situation, I feel like it's more so since the end of last year to now, everything that people have been thinking about Diddy for pretty much our whole lives, like thinking, oh yeah, there's something off about that nigga, it's all coming to the forefront. So nobody is shocked. There's no shock value about it because we already kind of knew and felt this, meaning our generation. The only people who are shocked about these things is like our mother's generations, because this is not what they saw of them. But us, we always knew, like, what you mean you making a nigga walk to get cheesecake? Like, you get what I'm saying? We already kind of looked at him as like, yeah, you produce great art, but nigga, there's something weird about you. There's something off about that man. So it's like, because we already know that, it's all coming out. It's like, okay, cool. We know that. Next person, dang, Meek, you involved too? We wouldn't have thought you would have been involved. So it's like, I feel like instead of niggas trying to figure out, and I feel like it's mostly men making these jokes, honestly, from what I've seen. Instead of men trying to figure out like, okay, Meek, what was your involvement? Did you have involvement? They're just on some like hood nigga shit because Meek is king hood nigga, not king, but like you get what I'm saying? So it's like, even the fact of like, there's all these videos of Meek being not so hood nigga-ish online for months, even up to a year, people have been looking like, yo, what's going on with you? You done sold your soul? You know, they make those jokes. So I feel like instead it's kind of like in the Black community in general, a lot of times people just, the serious topics never come out being serious. It's like niggas just gotta laugh at some shit. I guess the whole laugh from keep from crying. But I think until these celebrities start turning on Diddy and telling the truth, anybody that's coming up in association with him, they're not even going to give a damn about what Diddy's being accused of doing. They're trying to figure out your association. And until they start speaking up for themselves, saying, oh yeah, well, I was involved, but because he did this to me, whatever the case may be, they're going to keep using those celebrities as a weapon, just how they tried to bring Usher into it. And we all know Usher was like 14 when half these stories was coming out. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, can we really blame Usher, a 14-year-old? Or should we really be looking at the 30-year-old? But now that Usher's older and we have still seen him around this man, it's like, okay, well, what the fuck chokehold he got on you? You get what I'm saying?
They probably won't turn on him. They won't want their cars blown up in their driveway.
Right. But that's the thing. It's like, you can't get mad at people on the internet who don't know you for making jokes or trying to figure out whatever way they go about it, what the real tea is, when you refuse to say anything about anything. So that leaves people to their own devices. And I ain't gonna be mad. I don't agree with it all the time.
A little
but
victim blaming ish, but that's a whole nother.
I mean, I guess it could be, but I don't know. I just think at the end of the day, if nobody, go ahead.
I think it kind of just eliminates that some people could just really not know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there are some people that are around Diddy, have been around Diddy, that are not involved in all the wild shit in his Frico case. Like, there's plenty of people that could be around him that just literally have no clue. And it's just like, I'm just here. I don't know what y'all talking about, sex parties and drug. I haven't been involved in none of those things. Because there are people who have been around him for their whole careers, but we ain't dragging them into it. Because you could take Mary J. Blige, for instance. Nobody's dragging her into it. She's been around Diddy for decades. So, because you don't want to be like, oh, well, you had to have known something if you've been around him for all these years. People choose what side of them that they want to show to certain people. So, and I'm not saying that she has any knowledge of anything, but it's just like, she's been with Diddy, let's say 20, 30 years. Cool. In 20, 30 years, I'm going to show you this part of me. Now, when you leave the party, then the party is going to really get started, but you'll have no clue. And it's just like, I don't think it's fair to assume, especially from this particular lawsuit, because the way it was written is very questionable to me.
Very. Like, what attorney writes like that?
I don't know what attorney typed this up, but they should be fired.
Strange.
To me, it gave you downloaded an example off of Google and you just filled it in. Like, you did this yourself. Nobody who even took one law class wrote that.
So
nobody. It just was so like the way it was written and the way that it came out. No, the recent one that came out this week as to why Meek Mill has been spiraling out of control. But yeah, it's like it already kind of. I'm sometimes of the mindset when it comes to like public relation things. Like, if you say nothing, it will just kind of breeze on by because people can see the shit for what it is. But when you engage into Meek's level of feeling like he has to respond to every single thing, you keep adding fuel to the fire. So it will never die down for you because you keep addressing it. Just get you a good PR team and stop talking about it. Some people ain't said nothing. Usher's name was mentioned. There was other people in the redaction mentioned, and you could clearly tell who it is, but they didn't say nothing. Even if it's just a mention that, if this guy is saying, all of these things took place at this party, here's some of the people that were there. He never said, they were at a party. Okay, well, were you at the daytime party or were you at the party that happened after 2 a.m.? Like, what part of the party? That wasn't explained. So even if you're just listening, like, these are the people that are there, people who don't utilize any kind of critical thinking, don't ask questions, just believe exactly what's put in front of their face, are going to be like, all of these people are involved. This is a whole sex trafficking ring. This is all of this. And it's like, really? No, you putting this on these people and they actually weren't there. That's for their legal teams to clean that shit up. That ain't for them to really come out and say anything, because the more, in certain situations, the more you address it, the more it's going to be harder for people to forget. And I can't remember which, I think both of y'all said it, as far as like when it comes to the general public and really kind of being so desensitized to a lot of things, really because nobody filters what they consume. I personally try to make it my business to filter what I see and what I don't see. Because certain things, I don't want it to just be like, oh, this is a regular day. This is when it's like, no, this shit is not normal. This is not like casual behavior that it shouldn't be like no shock behind it. There actually should be.
Like,
but when you, like those kind of things, I don't entertain them.
Yeah, certain things I'm not gonna watch, but even certain blogs I don't engage with. Like the shade room. People send me shade room posts all the time, but I don't follow. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain ones I just don't, because I know there's malicious or ill intent behind all of these posts. So it's like, I don't want to consume that all day. So some of them I don't follow. Will I look at their posts if someone sends it to me? Yeah, sure. But I don't want to see them on my feed. But I feel like, to go back to what Teray was saying about the whole Meek Mill thing, it's like, I'm never telling a celebrity that they can't speak or stand up for themselves in any situation. All I'm saying is how you go about doing it, knowing your specific audience. Meek Mill's audience is not an audience that is going to sit here and be asking the questions and having the conversations that we're having. They're going to think, nigga, you gay? So you get what I'm saying? That's the type of energy you put out into the world. So if you're going to engage with what is being said about you, he could have just went on Twitter and be like, cap, nah, leave my name out of it, and kept going on his business. He didn't have to go on a whole 2-day spiraling shit. Like, nigga, what perk did you take today? I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to do all that. I understand about defending yourself and defending your name, but at the end of the day, you are a celebrity. So it's like, yes, defend yourself, but it's how you go about it, especially if it's something, one, you really wasn't involved in, and two, if you want the shit to go away, because in 3 hours, they going to be talking about the next nigga that was on that list. Just like Usher was on that list.
Not on your side.
Right. So it's like, you know, like Teray said, there was plenty of people who was on that list and they just did not address it. And it's like, that's how they go about it. And I'm not saying that's the right or wrong way. It's just, you have to know and be okay with what you're getting into. Just like, for example, we're on a podcast, we're speaking our opinions. I can't be mad at the fact that somebody's going to be mad that I said whatever I said. People consume whatever you put out there, and you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
So, well, first we were supposed to be talking. I said at first we were supposed to be talking about the clip I sent to Ray, but then Michelle said something, and then the whole conversation then went into these freak-offs.
The art of conversation.
It just took a turn. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, I think overarching, I really feel like things be a whole lot better when you can just choose what you see and what you don't see. And that's personally just how I leave it for me, because some things, like I said, I do like to be able to, like, okay, if things happen and things come up, yeah, I want it to be like, oh, this is not normal, other than like, oh, this is just another day. Like, I hate when people post like shooting videos. I hate when people post that. I purposely will, if I see it, I'm scrolling because I don't want to consume that. This is not normal. This isn't a movie. This is real life. Like, I don't want to see somebody dying right in front of my face on my phone and in multiple places. I don't want to see multiple angles. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Well, so and for me, it's not about being like ignorant to the fact that things happen or, you know, what is major news, but the extent of it, I just feel like, especially with the age of the internet and everybody trying to rush to be the first person to put out information, we lose a regard of just, these are real people. This is somebody's real life.
Right.
This should not just be all over the internet, because you can't get rid of it.
Right.
It's there. Multiple people reposting it. It's just like, it's too much. Some things,
but I also think that the other, for me, I don't necessarily filter the posts that I see, but I do think that, like, I only really engage with things that I like beauty content creators, podcasts, stuff like that. So those posts are the ones that I'll like comment on, I'll like, and stuff like that.
And that's what I mean, like the
when I
engagement wise.
And when I scroll and I see like a blog post about whatever tea or drama is going on, yeah, I'll look into it. But one thing I really don't do is when it comes to the Shade Room and all those different blogs, I don't read their comments. I literally hate the Shade Room comments. Every time I open them, I want to like just punch somebody in the face, because I'm like, girl, what? Yeah. So like those, like for example, if I'm scrolling on TikTok and someone's doing a story time and they're saying something outlandish, I'll look at the comments for that. But like on a blog where I know it's a bunch of miserable ass people who are just commenting, especially because I see people I know in real life commenting on the Shade Room, and it'd be making me want to unfollow them, because I'm like, bitch, why would you leave that comment? Because you the same okay. You get what I'm saying?
We're going to talk about something offline, because I have something to say about that. And I don't.
Perfect. I always have stuff to say about that, because in my mind, and I think that's the other reason why I don't leave comments on those types of posts, because it's like, you know me in real life and you know me in real life. You get what I'm saying? It's like, do y'all not know that there are people that know you in real life? Why would you comment that?
Yeah.
Be fucking for real.
Certain things is just like,
so I don't do the comments.
No, certain things, like you said, I don't necessarily like filter like how I have like Krishan and Blueface filtered. I damn sure that shit. No, I have it filtered. I will put it up there 15,000 ways, a bunch of different variations of the same hashtag. Do not Instagram has gotten better. TikTok, I don't see them at all, and I'm like, thank you, because
ain't nothing to see, because
I don't want to see. I don't want to see nothing about neither one of them. I don't want to see their name pop up. That's how much I just don't like it. And that certain kind of information, I want to filter it out. But other stuff, I don't necessarily sit and go through the whole list like, oh, don't show me this, don't show me this. But I just don't engage with it. And overall, it just seems to like bypass me. I never get it in my algorithm, because I don't view it. I don't engage. When people send shit, I'm like, I don't click the link. Like, I don't even want that shit in my cookies. Nowhere.
That's what I was going to say. You literally just reminded me. So the other reason why I don't read the comments too is because I know a lot of times in the comments it's a bunch of other people reading other people's comments and thoughts, and that's when groupthink comes. And y'all know me, I'm not a fan of groupthink. Like literally, I like to process my own thoughts and my own feelings, and then we could talk about it. But on the internet, it's just a bunch of people who really have no original thoughts, just saying that they feel a way about this topic because this is what everybody else is saying. So that's the other thing for me about like the comments. That's like, I really don't want to read what y'all are saying, because this is not really how you feel, which goes back to people that I know in real life commenting on shit that I know in real life. That's not how you be for real.
Yeah. I have had to check myself, like, well, not check myself, but like stop viewing certain things in the past couple of weeks, because I had a moment when I was like, I know somebody in real life, and I think the issue that I have or was having with I'll say this group of people is that it's one thing to be somewhere in life and this is your take on something, and then your life changes and you like now you're more conservative, or maybe a little bit more loose, and your whole viewpoint changes, and now you are just like turning your nose up at somebody who was where you once were. And so I'll give a prime example. Before, from I don't even know what to call the place that I was in, I would laugh at certain things. Like, people would send me stuff, and people still do. Like, I feel like, Teray, you send me stuff that's like baby mama related, like joking stuff, but it don't be stuff that I ever turn my nose up at and be like, I can't even laugh at this, I'm not there no more. Like, it'd be like more general, like,
it's not personal.
I don't know how to like categorize it, but like sometimes people send me stuff and it's like so negative, and it's like, that person has not even crossed my mind today. I can't laugh at it. But I also don't go on there under people comments and I'll be like, ew, like, why are you talking about this? Or why are you still dealing with this? Like, I don't say shit like that, because I know what it feels like to be there and to want to make content like that, or to be having a day where you just want to be a nasty bitch. Because some days I'm reposting something because it's funny. Like, So for somebody to, I think it bothers me for somebody to like, maybe it don't have anything to do with having a child or having the father of your child you don't have a good relationship with, right? But like to be somewhere in life and then now you're not there no more and now everything is beneath you. Like, yes, you can feel that way. Like, I'm not there anymore, so I don't want to consume that content like I just stated I feel. But to like be commenting and like making people feel like they are less than because they are still there, I think that's the kind of stuff that bothers me. And I've been seeing a lot of that in people's comment sections or even posts. And I'm like, what is wrong with y'all niggas? Like, how can anybody ever? I just don't see that that's empowering. And it's not that all people have to be like, you know, Jesus Christ himself and empower and motivate people. But it's just like, I don't agree with acting like I'm better than anybody. Maybe that's it. Like, I don't agree with that. And that's the shit that I be seeing in the comments. And I be like, baby, I know you in real life. You used to smell like pee. Like,
oh my God.
You used to smell like pee. You do.
I was
like, I don't
following you until you.
Until she does that every single time. I think that you be laughing at me when I say it, but it still rings true. Heel jokes don't hit the same.
Yeah, it don't. It don't.
Heel jokes do not hit the same. It's just like, oh, that might have been funny.
Towards people who still in
you don't have to. No, you don't have to be judgmental. But when it comes to like even like the little shit I send you on like TikTok, it be funny. One, because I know your sense of humor, so I know what I can send to you, and what is just like that's not funny.
Yeah,
I can scroll past it, and why would I send that to you? Because everything ain't funny. But I know you personally, so I can do that.
The rest of y'all need to get to know me.
Certain people, like if you are going through the thick of trying to sort out your co-parenting relationship, like people's story times about their ain't shit baby dads, no, this is triggering for me. This is not funny. Like this ain't making me laugh. This is actually pissing me off. So no, you can't send people stuff like that. You got to know where people are at, and you really have to know what somebody's really going to think is funny, and if it's not funny. But also, I know like our relationship, if I send you something that you didn't find funny, you would say it and it wouldn't happen again. So it's like, okay, boom, it's no need to go on. But other people just like, they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to just be like, oh, I don't find that funny.
And scroll by and keep it going. They want to have to, those are the people that put up think pieces and be like, oh, well, I met our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and everything else that I used to do. And if you still doing it, then y'all need to level yourselves up. And it's like, no, babe, this is your personal journey. Cool. It's a personal thing. It doesn't mean that you don't have to, no, everybody don't got to join you, but you don't also have to condemn other people at the same time. You don't got to do that. But you also, could just do you. To that point though, I think, for example, right, if we're used to laughing and joking with Michelle about a certain topic, and then she removes herself from that place to where she doesn't think that's funny anymore, but we don't know that, and we're used to joking with you about said thing. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, well, this was normal. We ain't mean to offend you. So it's like, you have to like be able to have those conversations too. And this is more so like amongst friends, because of course there's plenty of things that are sent amongst friends or in group chats that like some people may think it's funny and some people don't think it's funny for whatever reason. But if the bottom across the line is that this is something that we've kikied and laughed about and we all thought it was funny, and then it's sent, and then because you're having a certain day it's not funny to you right now, then okay, you could say that, but it shouldn't be like, oh, why the fuck would they send that to me knowing I have my own situation, but because and they don't, you get what I'm saying? I think
that's the thing. I feel like, and you know, there might be people in the world who disagree with this. I feel like my level of self-awareness has gotten so much better. I don't know when it clicked, because there will be times that I'm like, it's not worth saying because maybe tomorrow I might feel differently. I do that a lot. Because if I am offended by something, I'll be like, are you actually offended or are you having a day? And I know that I've literally gotten arguments because people would say like, people would like go off on me and I'm like, whoa, it's Tuesday. On Monday, this wasn't the case. I just want to have the same level of self-awareness. Like, and I literally just got in an argument with somebody about not being self-aware. Like, you know, you throwing the vibes off, right? Because we can just have a conversation about this. It don't got to be all of that. we could just have a conversation. So like I get that. Stuff like that, yeah, I should maybe have a conversation with them. But there are some things that I feel like y'all just would not bring up to me because y'all be like, it's probably tasteless. She's not gonna find that funny.
Oh,
And
well, yeah.
people don't be passing the
I'm
vibe
talking
check.
in general senses because, like, think about it. People are in all types of group chats. So if like you're in a group chat where, a couple months ago, y'all put in there, a screenshot of such and such's outfit and her hair not being done properly, and everybody was laughing at it. But then now all of a sudden, it's not funny. It's like, well, damn shit. When did this not become funny? Because we was just laughing at this. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I look at social media like that too, because at one point, every fucking thing was funny. It didn't matter if it was serious or not. And we've all joked and said, damn, we wish social media was like back in 2011 where people could just be themselves and say whatever the fuck they want to say and it wasn't a big deal. But then on the flip side, okay, well, that's you. Well, you get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. This is what we were talking about like things being a think piece. I was just saying like, it'll never go back to that because we are older and people are thinking more critically as they should.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because I'm the type of person, I like to see all different points of views, and like I don't take it. Yeah, like I don't get offended by it. I want to know what's in your mind. I want to live in that bitch rent free. What's in that noggin of yours? Even if I don't know you, I want to know what you think. Okay. Just because that's just the type of person that I am. So like for me, I don't really get upset or offended when I see people, especially motherfuckers I don't know, online talking about whatever they're talking about. If I don't like it, I'm just going to scroll by. I never feel the need to leave a comment and be no, I'm lying. Last week, I was scrolling on TikTok and there's this girl who I've been following since Vine days, and she's had braces like, since Vine days. And somebody comments on her post and be like, girl, you still got these braces? You've had braces since Vine. And I commented, I said, ma'am, when she come over here and eat your ass up, don't ask for help. I did comment and say that though. But it was just like, why would you come in somebody's comments and say that? Mind your fucking business.
Because you be having like your internet relationships because you feel like you personally know them because you've been following them for like 10 fucking years. So to you, it's like, you're not about to come for my friend. You're not about to come for my friend. Like, so now we got to get on your ass. Get out of these comments.
Yeah,
that's different from somebody didn't like, because everybody has people on the internet that they've been following for since the dawn of time. So you feel like,
I was interneting.
Yeah, so it's like, I've seen you when you graduated high school, up until like you went to college, then you had a baby, then you did such and such. Like, I know your whole life. You feel like you do because they share all of their moments online. Yes. So you're kind of like personally invested in those people. But the people are just like, I don't know you from a can of fucking paint. I'm never getting in your comments to comment anything negative. Never.
Yeah. Like, why?
And really, sometimes good or bad, I'm not commenting anything. Now, when it comes to beauty pages or like fashion clothes, like those things, yes, I will engage with those kinds of things because I feel like I'm in the beauty community. So I'll do that. But I'm not talking about somebody else's, like when they're giving a story time about their whole personal situation. Even like with Risa Tisa and shit, I'm not going in that lady comments. I'm gonna watch like everybody else, but I am not going in this lady comments to be saying anything. But it's like you can have your own personal opinion and commentary. Like shit, we sat down and did a whole rundown about Love Is Blind. We don't know them people from a can of paint, but it's different. Like I'm giving my opinion, but I'm never going to pull up your page and type a comment to you. I'm not doing that because on those things directly people will see.
Yeah, but just like people were going to hear this podcast and we was up here calling Chelsea ugly. What's the difference?
I just feel like I want to talk, Jimmy. Don't walk away from me.
That was her.
No, you're giving me a headache.
Listen, my forehead is already big, but her forehead is big and flat. I don't even know how.
And to our defense, we called the whole cast unattractive.
They were. When what y'all said about Kenneth, baby do got back, but like y'all ain't have to go in on him like that. Like baby definitely and it was so
he kind of reminiscent of Joan from Girlfriends when she dated the guy with the big hips.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
with the girdle.
I had to rewatch Girlfriends.
I really thought that he would have showed up to the little pool fiesta that he was at, but
He ain't showing up. He is going home. He is like, honey, I will not be with this white woman. I have got to go.
I'm sorry.
I was about to say something else. You could clip it, but what he should have did is stayed with the white woman because the white women make the best beards. So he should have stayed with her. Just saying.
Now, why are you trying to drag that man out the closet? So when they come for us in the comments, don't say nothing.
I said you could clip it. I'm not dragging him out. I'm just saying what he could have saved face. No.
Wait, what?
No.
What'd you say? Have we ever seen it?
Seen it? And
yes, I've
inserted it into my body? No.
No.
No,
Did you say
ma'am.
all? Are you trying to say you like that? What are you insinuating here? What are we talking about?
So I just
I'm just gonna take all this out. And she's gone again. Where'd you go?
I don't know who has my voodoo doll. But take some of the stomach out and put it in my butt, the under part in my hip disc.
You don't need no more ass.
I said the under part.
What's wrong with the
whoever
under
got my
part?
voodoo doll, look, whoever has my voodoo doll, take a little bit out of the stomach and put some in my butt. You can actually take some out my back so I can unwiden my width and put it in my hips. Because when I walk through the door, I want to break it off the hinges.
Okay, Raven Baxter.
Oh, that's why you said that?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, and when she dressed
and when
up
she
like
dressed
her
up like
mom.
that, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to go to school and she was dressed up like an old lady with big ass church hips.
Mm-hmm.
Church hips is crazy.
They
Listen,
wild.
you know there's a lady in somebody's church that would look just like Raven Baxter did in that episode. She ain't pull that out of nowhere.
Yes,
And
Kenneth.
she could make the best collard greens with smoked
Potato
turkey.
salad. She got them bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Show can. But yeah, we didn't get to talk about the major thing today, which is fine because I feel like it was, interesting to get everybody's take on just like being able to kind of change what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I really just, I would say, I
do want to hear y'all's thoughts about it. I mean, we don't have to go into a deep dive because it's really not much to deep dive into the video.
Child, the name of this episode gonna be "What the fuck are we talking about anyway?" Or "What the fuck was this episode about?"
Yeah.
No, really. Oh, so the video that you sent us, basically, there was a woman posing a question to a panel asking basically if they think that she'll be able to, I guess, find a good quality man, even though that she's a mother to 7 children. Now, she did say that the 7 children all have the same father, but, we don't have any additional details like, oh, was this from a marriage that ended in divorce? Or, what is the situation that how you ended up with 7 kids? Anything now. So apparently, like, she's looking for love and
she's having a hard time.
She's having a hard time because she has 7 kids. And I can see that being an issue. People have an issue with some people having 1 child. So 7 is a lot. And I think that people really have an issue dating women with children simply because they don't really know how to operate in that space. I think a lot of people kind of lack the capacity to love somebody that they don't consider to be their own.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't see how any relationship could be successful, especially when there's a child involved, if you do not look at that child as your own.
Yeah.
Like I
loving that child.
Yeah, like I come from a step parent home, and I always say like, like people like my dad it's a rarity. Because I never felt separate. I never felt different. I'm not a bonus kid. I'm not a step kid. It's like, no, these are our kids. Even to the point like, oh my God, you look like your dad. And I just be like, we be looking at each other like, okay, thank you. And we just keep fucking going because we're just like, we know damn well We don't.
That's a
They're like,
fact.
damn, we're like, no, you don't look like, we don't look like each other. But
Mm-hmm.
that speaks to the relationship that I never felt any different ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people don't possess that level of maturity to be able to enter a situation and do so. It's more so of, oh, that's her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And if he has kids, oh, that's my kids. And it's
But
just
you
like,
know what?
I feel like it's very difficult for people who have to date, being that they have children. So let alone 7.
Yeah. But outside of even the emotional connection of it all, what the podcast host said in response to her, I feel like was more accurate than even what we're saying. Because I agree with you, because obviously I come from a blended family as well. But I think nowadays, a man, we have these expectations for men, right? And
Mm-hmm.
yes, we can care for ourselves and we can care for our kids. But at the end of the day, at 33 with kids, I'm not dating a man who can't provide for all of us. I'm not saying he has to provide for him by himself, but
Mm-hmm.
a man will see, dang, that's 8 mouths I have to feed, and will be intimidated by that, because nobody wants the responsibility of, especially if he doesn't have kids of his own.
Yes.
A lot of men, because of what women portray online, kind of like what we were talking about today, it's the idea that you have to come and be the savior. A man leading a household does not have anything to do with it's not always about monetary, like you
Mm-hmm.
can lead as a man and not be the breadwinner. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, which, whether people agree with that or not, that's just what I believe. But I think a lot of times men have that pressure of, I need to take care of this household. And hearing I have 8 mouths to feed is just simply a lot, especially when, I don't know. And just to be a little toxic too,
Oh, here we
when I
go.
hear
Here we go,
one
y'all.
woman with 7 kids and 1 baby daddy, I need to know the background. Is y'all divorced? Do y'all still love each other? Because how the fuck you lay down and have 7 kids by that man and y'all not together? What happened?
That's not
I
toxic.
need to
That's a
know.
reasonable question. That
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I feel like in that, yes, it's a reasonable question. Like I said, she never gave any backstory, so we didn't really have anything to base it off of. But yeah, you have 7. I
Yeah.
need
Not
to
1, not
know
2, not
what's
3, not 4, not 5, not 6. 7 with 1
7.
man. You love
I
that
need,
man. You sure you
yeah,
done with him? Like.
yeah. I need to know what happened. I need to know the timeline of these kids. Like, what's the ages? Like, was this like, y'all were high school sweethearts, and we started from there to? Because I think when she said that
Right.
she was in her 30s, so
She's 33 with 7 kids.
yeah, 7 kids at
Mm.
33. I personally feel like that's a lot. So I'm like, did you start having kids early, like in teenagehood up until now? Like, what's the,
No
I need to
years
know the
off.
mathematics. I really need to know the mathematics of this. Because, yeah, even the time it takes to cook a baby, I'm like, goddamn, you did that 7 times? Whew.
With 1 man. Is there any triplets? Are there any twins? Like, what
Yeah,
are we
like,
talking about here?
I need a full breakdown of what's going on. But I do agree with you said, like, financially, anybody coming into a situation where there is a child involved, like, not only if you're dating someone, okay, now
Right.
you have to provide for your partner, but you also have to provide with what they bring. And if they
Right.
bring
Mhm.
children, if there's children on both sides, it's not just up to the man to be able to provide. Most times when it comes to men and you say provide, everybody automatically thinks financially. There are other ways of providing, like you said, but even from situations where if he has kids, the woman
Mhm.
has to be able to be like, okay, can I love and provide, whether even if it's financially, if it's emotionally, for your child the same way that I would do for my own. And a lot
Right.
of people
Right.
do not possess those characteristics to be able to really honestly truly do it. One, first and foremost, to not make the child feel any sort of way, because you have people
Mhm.
that are mean to their stepkids, or they're mean, or it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, you're
Yeah.
less than, or I don't have to take care of you, I don't have to do anything for you at the same level that I would do for somebody else. That's between your daddy and your mama.
Right.
And
You
that's
know,
Mhm.
crazy, and that's
yeah.
immature. In the same
Very.
way for men, if you don't have that level of emotional intelligence to not even go into the situation and be like, okay, these are step kids and I'm going to treat them accordingly, it's a lose-lose fucking situation. But 7 kids, I could see that being, there's probably someone out there, but it is not going to be an easy feat. It's not going to be something that is just common. Shit, not even 7. Now you got 8 plus yourself. So there's 9 people to provide for. How will y'all even drive with that?
But
many
not
people?
even that. For
ride
we're
around.
skipping a whole point. By the time you get to the whole providing and all that other stuff, you done already got past this point. And it's like, as a woman with 7 kids, because I could use myself as a woman with 1 child.
Where you got the time?
Sometimes it's like, how do you have the time to meet a man, date a man, love a man, cater to a man? Like, how old are your kids? I don't know. Like, I just feel like for me, I understand what the type of mother that I am. I can understand a single mother having issues dating because the type of mother I am, I'm pouring into my child. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a man is never going to be the forefront of my mind, at the forefront of my mind. So let alone having 7, how do you date? What does that look like? What does dating look like for you? Like, you know, like that's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think it's one of the things where it should be
go ahead.
like kind of you have to wait? Being that you have 7, knowing the ages of the kids, like, okay, let's say there's a 2-year-old.
I don't think it's necessary.
Let's say the youngest.
I don't think it's that you have to wait, especially if it's given a situation where like that father is present and you guys co-parent well and you have support. But at the end of the day, I never agree with parents making decisions until their kids get older. Just like a couple saying, yeah, we've been separated, but we didn't get a divorce until our kid went to college. I don't agree with that because now your child is growing up in a toxic environment where they see their parents don't fuck with each other. Like everything might be cordial, but you see that your parents don't love each other. They're not kissing, they're not hugging, they're not going on dates, whatever. That's just as damaging as, you know, the other side. And I think when mothers sometimes wait to date until their kids get a certain age, they miss out on a lot. First of all, you missing out on your good years. You 33. Like, why would you wait until you 45 to date? Like, you know, these are still your good years. And I think you should enjoy it. But what I'm just asking, what does that look like?
Well, I don't know. Let me start by saying I have no idea. But
I do think it'll be a difficult situation. And I was only saying, you know, wait, because it's a little bit easier to maneuver and do things if you have older children. I know older children can tend to be the issues, but I mean, sometimes, like a sense of like, you know, like, okay, if you have a 2-year-old, let's say you got a 2-year-old, you got a 3-year-old, you got a 5, now you got all these small kids and you're trying to date. Okay, who's with your kids? Wow, who watching 7 kids? Right. You know, while you're out doing all these things, because there's so many things. Have? Yeah, like there's so many things going on. And that's why I'm like, okay, is it easier to just be like, okay, at least I'll wait till the 2-year-old is like 5. So it's a little bit easier to be like, okay, I can take you somewhere because you don't need or require as much, being that there's so many children. If there's older siblings, okay, if I'm going out for, you know, dinner or whatever, I'm only gonna be gone for a couple hours. The oldest one, I'm like, you could watch everybody ate dinner, get in your bed, just don't leave the house. You know, that kind of situation. So that way you can kind of put yourself out there and how to at least alleviate the care aspect that goes into, you know, trying to date, especially as a single mom. You know, trying to just like find things that'll try to make it a little bit easier. And that's what I was saying. Maybe it might be one of those things like you might have to just wait a couple years, not like wait 10, 15 years to your kids. All of your kids are like in double digits, but maybe until like, okay, 5. Now I can there's
a little bit more of a free flowing system. I understand that.
Yeah, I just know that like it's a little bit more.
I'm such a hopeless romantic. As hard as I seem, I love love, and I could not imagine a life without love. Like, you know, no anybody who's not dating, but it's like I just think that that's unhealthy. Even as a woman, even using myself, it's like when the week is so rough and like you don't get that like engagement with your spouse, it's like, dang, these kids, I only got 1 kid. And I'll be feeling like she running me raggedy. Like, let's go get ice cream, just me and you. let's just watch the show together, just me and you. I feel like everyone needs that like one-on-one intimacy or relationship, not even like sex, but like that engagement with a lover. I'm low-key a lover girl. I've accepted it, but whatever.
Well, yeah, it's like I understand it. I don't know how it's gonna be done. Maybe she need to go to Dallas because they got they got a lot of millionaires over there. Maybe she need to take a trip over there and find some support.
Listen, she might have to be a sister wife to somebody.
I don't think I could do it. I couldn't do it. Shit. I don't know how she providing for 7. Girl, I be like with one who got activities. I'm like, excuse me, but how we gonna make all of this happen up in here? Well, all these activities, so imagine 7.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Very crazy.
I feel like it's crazy, but it's really, I feel like it's a reality of a lot of people. Maybe not to the magnitude of 7, but there's people who got 4 kids, 5 kids. Men, there are definitely men who got 7 kids, lots of kids. On the male side, it's different because typically the children's primary caretaker is typically the mother. So on the male side of it, it doesn't really kind of pose the same challenges, depending on what their situation is. You know, so not to negate situations where it's the opposite, that the dad actually has primary custody, which I don't feel like it's highlighted enough, that there are a lot of dads who have primary custody of their kids.
It's difficult, like being a single parent in general. So, I mean, big ups to her and them 7 children. Because I said I want a lot of kids, but 7 is crazy.
I'll be looking at you when you say 4. I'll be like, okay. You had to drop one?
Yeah, one had to get the boot.
But I think that's just like a me thing. Like, I'd be like, that's a lot of kids, honey. That is a lot of children. It is. Okay?
But I just feel like, even with Celine now, like, it's just so fun being a parent. It's hard, but it's so fun being a parent. It's like, oh, I want to do this again. So, but I think 2 is just boring because, like, once, you know, I'm done with them, I'm going to need another project. I don't know. The way my mind works is just so, I'm just so like, being a parent is a great experience. It's fun. It's definitely difficult. But I always just think to myself, like, okay, like by the time she's 5, like these first couple of years, those first 5 years, everybody knows those are probably like, I don't want to say the hardest, but they're hard because they are truly a dependent, you know? So it's like, it has its like pros and cons, but it's just so cool to like see a child like develop and grow under your care. So it's like, you know, for me, it's like, okay, I could do this 2 more times. Yeah. But I get it. I already know what you're about to say. I get it.
Hey, whatever floats everybody's boat. That's it. But yeah, I feel like today was a good conversation. A little bit unexpected because we were not supposed to talk about the Frico case at all. That is the funniest joke. This is a very serious topic, but Frico, they ate with that one. That one, they ate with that. But yeah, but I feel like it'd be conversations that kind of need to have, and sometimes they just kind of spontaneously pop up. So
yeah, and that's okay. This is our podcast. We can, you know, we don't have to be so structured all the time. We don't have to wait for hot topics to like talk about things that are going on, especially when, you know, it's a real topic behind it. We're not really talking about the situation. We're just talking about the happenings around it. So I don't know. I think that's fine.
But yeah, so this was another episode of Controversy and Chaos. Number 10. Yeah. We made it to the double digits. And yeah, so make sure you guys check out the, I'm going to put our drink video on our Instagram. So make your pineapple matcha margarita. I promise you will not regret it. It's so good and refreshing. And this is like, I'm ready for summertime with this.
Yeah. And summertime is creeping up, so we're ready for all the drinky drinks and the shenanigans. Why are you not ready
yet? Because I haven't done nothing yet. I'm ill prepared for summer. Now we're
gonna get prepared.
Yes, I'm gonna get prepared for the summer shenanigans, and we will see you guys in episode 11. Bye, guys.
Toodles.